stand here before you not as a prophet, but as a humble servant of you, the people. Your tireless and heroic sacrifices have made it possible for me to be here today. On this day of my release, I extend my sincere and warmest gratitude to the millions of my compatriots and those in every corner of the globe who have campaigned tirelessly for my release. Our march to freedom is irreversible. We must not allow fear to stand in our way. I have your tireless and heroic sacrifices
They say you have a chemical imbalance of serotonin and dopamine, but there's never been a study to ever prove that, ever. It's just been indoctrinated into the culture and television advertising to the point where people now believe it is
physical abnormality to correct. Here is evidence of a bacterial infection. Here is the psychiatric disorder, attention deficit hyperactivity disorder. Here is a broken arm. Here is major depressive disorder. This is a brain tumor. And this is bipolar disorder. Which raises the question, how can you medicate something that is not physically there? The answer is, you can't. And furthermore, because psychotropic drugs are specifically designed to get past the body's natural defenses and into the brain, they can upset.
If we are not together down to the things we need to do, inside to each other we need to stop. I need to speak you very, very intensely. anything on the street. Sit down. I can't afford to lose anything on the street. I can't afford.
But even they are now seeing persecution, but even they are now seeing persecution, but even they are now seeing pressure is welcome, but all pressure is welcome, but all pressure is welcome. They have been forced to issue some statements, actually since the case has been garnering increased international attention, and that shows that they're not immune to the criticism. What we'd like to see is more countries speaking out, especially African countries and some of their allies in the developing world as well.
About how this woman has been treated, about how this woman has been treated, about how this woman has been treated. What's your reaction to it?
We consider it inhumane, not just the sentence against her, but her treatment in prison. Important to remember that she's been imprisoned with her 20-month-old child up until this point, and now she's given birth in prison in terrible circumstances and is now with a newborn and her 20-month-old still detained. And in the run-up to the birth, she wasn't given adequate access to medical care. So her treatment within prison's been of concern. 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 But of course, the sentence against her is unwarranted.
Are there really this many mentally ill? Or is this just a case of good marketing? In early 1999, the United States was confronted with news of a frightening new disease epidemic. You blush, sweat, shake, even find it hard to breathe, posters read. With the tagline, "Imagine being allergic to people." The disease was social anxiety disorder, SAD, or SAD, and it was claimed to affect about 13.3% of the American population.
I need to speak to you very, very intensely.
And to find out more, readers were instructed to contact a group called the Social Anxiety Disorder Coalition. What the public was not told was that both the coalition and the campaign were created by a public relations agency and bankrolled by a drug company.
I told you to lose anything of you on the street.
Over the course of a lifetime. And this included anyone witnessing a violent act, natural disaster, or distressing event. And as with Paxil, sales of Zoloft skyrocketed.
For the psychiatric drugs, the goal is to have as many people on them as possible. So the way to do that is to convince normal people that they have some defect or mental disease or condition that requires treatment. So I mean, that's the way they do it. They hire these big marketing companies that come up with these campaigns.
We're going to tell you about your disease so that you can lead a happier, healthier life. Oh, and by the way, we have a drug too that helps to treat this disease.
This practice of selling sickness is known as disease mongering, a term defined by the late journalist Lynn Payer as trying to convince essentially well people that they are sick, or slightly sick people that they are very ill. On Madison Avenue, disease mongering is accomplished through a strategy known as condition branding, where mental illness is pitched just like cars, beer, or laundry detergent. And according to top New York branding guru Vince Parry, no therapeutic category is more accepting of condition branding than the field of anxiety and depression, where illness is rarely based on measurable physical symptoms and therefore open to conceptual definition.
Yo. Hi. We coming to visit Salamakan. Yeah. We are friends.
Because they said Salamakan, no one is allowed to visit. Only her sister is allowed to. 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 Only her sister is allowed to.
What do I mean? No one else can visit her. Why?
I don't know. 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 They said only her sister must come and visit. They said only her sister must come and visit. They said only her sister must come and visit.
Can't we come in? Is there a reason why we can't?
They didn't tell us the reason why. They only said that anyone who's coming to visit her, we mustn't allow her.
Not even for 5 minutes.
They said only her sister must come in. They said only her sister must come in. Only her sister is allowed.
And can't we speak to someone there to ask them if we can go in?
Let me go and phone you.
Must I wait here? No. Okay, who did you speak to?
one?
Is it okay? Thanks, eh?
Okay.
Excuse me? Ini ya waktu baik senang.
A lady